Hello, Supercars in Seconds here. Today we've got a fun car. This is one of my favorite Porsches actually. This is the Macan GTS. Now GTS Porsches always have my favorite thing, which would be a button to activate the exhausts. You've got to love a car that does that. But let's drive her and see how she is. Right foot to the carpet and go. Oh, it's impressive. So as the title of the video, I asked if this is the best Porsche you can buy, and I think it's certainly in the top 3 because, again, this is a 2018 with about 20,000 miles we have here at Dimmitt. This is for sale just over $60,000, so an awful lot of car for that, you know. You're not turbo money, but you got great performance, half an inch lower than the regular Macans, you get the bigger wheel, just a much more aggressive looking car. Our team at Dimmitt have just put the brand new Pirelli tyres on the car, so she's good to go at P0 tyre all the way around. I like this black section on the side, just makes it very racy and sporty looking. Gloss black spoiler there on the roof. This one has the full glass sunroof there as well. But really nice, and all of the GTS cars again get these super aggressive exhaust pipes, and of course that nice barking sound from the exhaust once you will press that exhaust button. I do like the red caliper matching with the red inside. Looks very cool against the silver paint. Very traditional Porsche color, I think, silver. They always look great in silver. They didn't cheap out on us. They've kept that nice materials, the softer here and again softer there. But the carbon fiber and the aluminum trim continues into the rear. A lot of manufacturers will do a bit lesser material in the rack. Porsche didn't do that. So beautifully made. There's that great big glass roof. Look, the front half will actually open up. Pretty nice in here, just a nice place to be and good leg room. It's a good size car. Moving around to the back, some of the Porsche details are rather nice. There's no place that you can see to open up the rear hatch here. However, on the side of the little wiper here, you can see a little tiny button. I'm going to push in that button and that will open up our excellent rear storage. So you can see we got 40, 20, 40, so you can put down the middle one or just 2 or all 3, whatever you might like. And it goes pretty flat actually. Nicely all vacuumed inside, of course. We'll open up this. We do have the inflatable spare under there with a little motor, and this is the Bose subwoofer down here as part of the upgraded audio system. Closing it back down, just push on the button and down it goes. I do like that gloss black spoiler again against the silver, the black wheel, and the black. It's just nice attention to detail. So stepping inside, this is really beautiful, real carbon fiber work, of course, with an aluminum trim above it. So pretty classy. I like this red, the red and black seat. And look at this seat for an SUV. It's super bolstered and incredibly comfortable. Even back here, you can see how much this pushes in. It's really nice. GTS, of course, again, you've got to love a car that has an exhaust pipe button. You gotta I'm easily pleased with that stuff. I love the Porsche crest, so embossed into that center console, and just a really nice place to be. I'm gonna climb inside here. So you can get the lovely logo here, looking cool. A nice display too, very easy and very clear to read. Reminds me very much of the coupes, you know, the 911 and so on, with that big center tack and then the speedometer over to the left there. Just beautifully done. A nice navigation screen, lovely quality leathers everywhere, of course, and loads of buttons. Some people don't like that. I actually like it. I like the buttons. I might be old-fashioned, but I kind of like all the buttons to push. The modes, of course, if you touch Sport Plus, it actually bypasses Sport and puts the suspension and the exhaust and all the stuff ready to go for some higher speed action. Nice red Sport Chrono up here, very cool. So let's set off in this car. This seat is amazing. I can never get across to you how comfortable this seat is. Certainly not like an SUV seat in any other SUV you've really sat in. The bolsters are huge and it's incredibly soft and comfortable. I like how it's sitting just slightly up under my thighs, just more like a racing car type position. It's really very, very nice. I got my seatbelt on. I always have my seatbelt on in the videos. That's mostly because of my brother. When we were kids, back when I had hair, if he was in the passenger seat with my brother, he'd suddenly change his mind about direction and turn the wheel and you go, ugh, you'd be stuck up against the window. So that's why my belt's always on. All right, let's take this thing out. Now, as far as performance, say PDK, always one of the best transmissions. Again, a dual shaft transmission with the odds and evens sliding back and forth on 2 separate shafts. A super efficient transmission that responds very well. So I'm going to push Sport Plus down here. You can hear everything activates straight away, and let's go. Oh, good gear change in that mode. It really snaps into the next gear. Very Ferrari-like, actually, the way it grabs the next gear. Very impressive. So one of the cooler things, once you get the Sport Chrono in the Macan GTS, you then get launch control. So it's rather cool. It's a $1,200 option that's worth every penny, I think. So I'm going to use both feet. I just push the brake very firmly, hit the gas very hard. It will say launch mode initiated, and you let go of the brake. It's really a very simple and a pretty cool system. So let's try it. So I got firm on the brake with my left foot, right foot to the carpet, and go. Oh, it's impressive. Very good, very good. Okay, into Batman's corner. Oh, flat, very good. Boy, for an SUV, you'd think the center of gravity would be too high, but it's not. Very, very good. All right, let's try out these great big brakes and see how they are. Boy, that nose goes down a long way. So again, pulling out here, we've got a nice hard right-hand turn. We'll click her up through the gears a bit, through the corner. And good balance. When you're switching directions, is a tiny bit of movement, but much less than you'd think for an SUV. Let's try some firmer braking. And yeah, it does pitch on the nose a bit. I think that's just the weight, you know. I'll flash up the weight now. But considering that, it doesn't feel that way. It feels much lighter on its toes. So what it feels like? It feels like a naturally aspirated 911. Even though this is turbocharged, it doesn't feel turbocharged. The turbos must be tiny and spinning up very, very quickly. It's a good car. So driving along at slightly higher speeds, very stable. Again, once more, it doesn't feel like an SUV. Coming down, I'll click it down a gear here into our nice right-hander. Oh, very good with that all-wheel drive moving around. Actually, more went to the front then. That was very interesting. So this is a pretty intelligent transmission. Very nice. So in conclusion, the car's impressed me actually much more than I thought it would. This is a sports car slash SUV. A lot of them are sort of wannabes. This is the Porsche of an SUV for sure. I see why they sell so many. I'm sure the Macan is their #1 selling model. But this GTS is kind of a nice balance. It's not the money of the crazy turbo, but just more fun and so many turbo components, including these great big seats. It just makes the car very enjoyable to drive and just be around. A nice quality car, as all Porsches are. Well, thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you don't mind, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to post stuff quite a lot. And if I can answer any questions, you ask me in the comments down below. I'm going to keep driving this car. I'll see you soon.